Welcome to
Shakopee, Minnesota.
Woohoo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the crown jewel of Scott County.
You can say that?
Yeah, welcome to Shakopee, Minnesota. I'm Matt.
I'm Cole.
My new sidekick for this show today, and we are down here in Scott County to tell you all about one of our favorite cities, which is Shakopee, Minnesota. So, Cole, you lived here.
Did.
What makes this city fun?
For me, it was mostly the restaurants. I loved all the different types of foods and everything down here. And then I liked the parks around here. And my son would say he likes Valley Fair.
Valley Fair. If you are from Minnesota and you go to school in Minnesota, I guarantee at some point you went to or your kids will go to Valley Fair. It's like the highlight of everybody's school
Every summer, yep. Get in the pass and you can go all year round as much as you want.
So Shakopee it's a top 20-ish city. I think it's the 21st largest city in all of the Twin Cities, well, all of the state of Minnesota for that matter. 40,000 people here, and it's growing, right?
Yep, absolutely growing. Shakopee is also kind of divided too. There's the old historic like downtown Shakopee, which is where we are at right now. And there's also the new area on the other side of 169. That's where the hospital, Target, and all the new construction is coming up. So,
yeah, that's one of the kind of unique things about the city is from a real estate perspective, you can really find anything here, whether you're looking for market rate apartments, first-time home buyer, townhouses, or you want to build some giant mansion on the river. Sure, it's all here.
Or Lake O'Dowd. There's some great homes out there too. Exactly.
So it's a big appeal that brings a lot of people here. The other thing, we were talking before we started filming, people think Shakopee is way out there because it used to be.
It used to feel, yeah.
Right? And now the major freeways that connect Shakopee to all of the major freeways in the Twin Cities and get you to downtown Minnesota, they've updated all of them. You're only 20 miles away, so we're 20-25 miles southwest of Minneapolis itself, and so you get a lot of people who work in the downtown area.
It's a lot closer. I think people think now that the commute isn't as bad.
Right.
So some things you guys can do when you're in Shakopee is number 1, Valley Fair. Not number 1, but we talked about that already. Canterbury Downs.
What's Canterbury all about?
Horse races. But all other sorts of races too. They have zebra races, they have corgi races, they have, I think, pit bull races.
And not that we're here to promote gambling. Right. Canterbury is super fun to bring the kids.
Super family friendly, yep.
They do kids night, they do food truck night, they've got specials throughout the week where discounted tickets, discounted hot dogs.
Live music.
Yeah, yep. Oh yeah, they did do the whole concert series at Canterbury.
Yeah, Summer Jam was there 2 weeks ago, I think.
They have, it's as of the time of this video, it's not official yet, but Canterbury is looking at building a new amphitheater which would house 20,000 people and would get some gigantic concerts into the Twin Cities too.
Yep, some other attractions in the fall is Sabres Corn Maze.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Is that at Canterbury too?
Nope, that's further down on 169.
They moved it.
Yep, closer heading towards Jordan.
And if you live here, you definitely know about the corn maze, but
you know about the corn maze.
What makes it so unique?
It's the only one around.
It's gigantic. It's
huge.
A huge,
yeah,
huge
you could get
cornfield.
lost in it if they didn't have maps for you.
Well, and my kids did get lost once. It was not very fun.
Yep, they have good food there. They have the big bubble trampoline. They have a corn pit that you can jump around in. There's lots of fun stuff for the kids.
Which, by the way, I'm sure we have another video on Sabres somewhere else, so go watch that. But it's definitely a place to check out if you live or if you're near Shakopee. What other attractions?
Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
Get your turkey leg.
What is the Renaissance Festival all about?
Medieval times? I don't know. I've never been to it.
You've never gone?
No.
So when I was in high school, don't judge me too much, I really liked books about wizards.
Oh.
And Renaissance Festival, that's kind of that vibe, but I went there in high school and I got to pick out one thing that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I picked out a wizard candle. And my parents thought it was a little odd, but you know what? I had fun. Renaissance Festival, they've got, it's kind of a, well, it is. It's like being transported back into the 1600s. I used to have substitute teachers that were in the festival.
Like part of the acts and
yeah,
stuff?
They dress up. They're in the old garb that you'd wear in the 1600s. There's, was it fart and there's, well, you've never been.
No.
It's an interesting experience. You definitely got to try it at least once.
I'll go.
All right, we'll go this year. We'll get a good video on it. The challenge with the Renaissance Festival is that it's usually at the same time as the state fair. And most people opt for the state fair, but it's a fun time.
Which brings me to a thought too. The one of the cons we talked about Shakopee is the traffic.
Yeah.
So when you're coming down during the Renaissance Festival, you're gonna be at a dead stop miles and miles ahead of the actual entrance to the Renaissance because it's busy. The
freeway system in this portion of the Twin Cities has definitely been improved over the years, but I can tell you from experience, I used to drive 169 into the Twin Cities in high school and for work. And on snow days or bad rain days, you're add 45 minutes to an hour to your drive because it gets really clogged up.
Yep. I sat in the car one time driving home and I lived in Shakopee for 3 hours from Edina.
Yeah, don't want to scare you away, but it definitely is something that you need to be aware of. You know, the other really fun thing, if you've got kids, there's a huge sand pool in Shakopee, and it's exactly like it sounds. It's a pool, the floor of it's all sand, and it's kind of like swimming in a lake, but I guess as I talk through it, maybe it's not that cool, but I loved it when I was a kid.
Oh, it's nice, yeah.
We thought
nice
it was
sandy
the highlight.
bottom. It's man-made. It has water slides, diving boards, parks, all the great things that is fun when you're not wanting to go to a pool.
And I know you said Valley Fair, and we kind of take that for granted that people know what that is, but what is Valley Fair?
Valley Fair is an amusement park with rides, roller coasters, funnel cake. Had to throw that in there. Yeah. It's my favorite thing to eat when I go there.
I believe Valley Fair is the largest amusement park in the Midwest outside of Chicago, maybe?
Yeah, I think Chicago's is bigger.
But it's a really fun place to take the kids. You can get an annual pass and go really whenever you want to. You'll be there, plan on spending the whole day because there's definitely enough to do the entire day there. So you guys know one of the things we definitely hit on in this channel is where to eat, restaurants to go to in each city we're in. So in Shakopee, no exception, there are absolutely a few hotspots that you need to check out.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite things about Shakopee when I lived here was the restaurants, the proximity to them. They were all very close, and the uniqueness of them.
What's the best restaurant in your opinion in Shakopee?
I would say Bravas.
Bravas?
Yep.
What are they?
New probably 4 years ago-ish, and it's street tacos, street food.
Do they have a patio or anything?
They do. They have a patio right on First Ave and on the corner there. They're on the corner of...
That's kind of, Shakopee's really known for Mexican food, right?
Yep.
Or
yep.
Latin American inspired food. What's another place that's really popular here?
Pablo's is popular. That's been here forever. Turtles is a good kind of, it's not a hole in the wall, but it feels like a hole in the wall. They're known for their pizzas and entertainment. They have a ton of entertainment there too. And then another newer one would be Public House, which is like a brew hall type place.
Brew halls.
Like an Irish kind of
Badger Hill Brewing is in Shakopee. Yes. They are one of my favorites. They don't make it anymore, I don't think, but the Minnesota Special Bitters was the best beer ever. But they have a relatively new beer hall, right? Food and beer, and bring the kids. I mean, they have a whole space for you to go and explore and have fun.
I played in a beanbag tournament there.
Did you win?
No. I had too many beers.
Yes, their beer's strong. Watch out. What's their IPA? Trader IPA?
Maybe.
They've got good stuff.
Yep.
You know, the thing about Shakopee, in a lot of cities really, especially in this portion of the state, is that you've got downtown areas that are really old and really established. And so a lot of the places that we're talking about are in the downtown area.
Yeah, yeah.
If you live, you know, in the newer parts of Shakopee, what are you likely to find for restaurants out there? Chains?
Chains, yeah. You're gonna find like the Applebee's, and then you'll find like Target, the hospitals on the outside, on the other side, newer side of Shakopee, and yeah, there's not a lot of restaurants on that newer side. Everything's kind of historically in
Copper
downtown.
Pint?
Copper Pint's new, yes, that's newer. I always forget about that one because it's in a different area. It's off a different exit.
You can do Copper Pint for a nice meal, and then when you want just filler, go to White Castle across the street.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, well,
it's Wendy's
there you go.
now.
Wendy's, all right.
Same thing.
But it's something to keep in mind. I mean, if you're into food and you want to walk to places and you want like that neighborhood vibe of being close to stuff, you're going to be looking in a different part of the city in terms of where to live, right?
Right, exactly.
Any other restaurants that are worth mentioning?
Dangerfields, that's a good one. That one's been here for a long time too. And Pig Stuff. Cannot forget about Pig Stuff.
What's their special?
Just a whole roasted pig. We had that at a neighborhood event and it was amazing. They brought in the whole pig, the roaster in our street. But yeah, it's straight up barbecue. It's amazing.
Nice. So one of the things that you should know about Shakopee, and we're here on the Riverwalk, is that Shakopee is on a river. And so in the springtime especially, this little river here, well, there's been years that this is underwater. So definitely something to consider. It's prone to flood. Traffic can get all sorts of messy in the springtime if there's a lot of snow and a lot of ice melt, snow melt.
There's two roads that go across, 41 and 101, and years back, both of those used to flood.
So, and if you're looking at houses and you're looking at houses around the river area, make sure that you know if you're in a flood zone or not. There's not many cities in Minnesota you have to worry about flood zones. We're one of them.
Yep.
Careful. All right, so Shakopee is on, part of the city is crossed by a river. So we're down here. This is not the Mississippi River. Most people know Minnesota and the Mississippi. This is actually the Minnesota River.
Minnesota River.
It happens to be incredibly low right now at the time of this recording. We're in the middle of the summer. So Shakopee, from an employment standpoint, you're in the county hub of Scott County. So you've got the government offices, the courthouse is here. There's a lot of government buildings in Scott County. Canterbury Park and Valley Fair, two huge employers.
Yep. Shutterfly.
Shutterfly has, is their headquarters here now?
Yep.
So Shutterfly, their headquarters is in Shakopee. Amazon has a new distribution center in Shakopee. You've got St. Francis, the medical. There's a big hospital in Shakopee. I would say in the last 10 years, Shakopee has really blown up as a place that people come to work. And because the community is growing so much, we mentioned that, there's 40,000 people in the city. It's grown like 12% over the last 10 years. You get a lot of people who live in this part of the Twin Cities that commute into downtown. And now that a lot of people can work remotely,
more and more people are coming out.
More and more people are coming out.
Yep.
We continue to see people moving further out into the suburbs. They want acreage, they want land, they want to, have a walking path
in their backyard.
And so Shakopee is really great for all of that. Shakopee, from a school standpoint, if you've got little kids and you want to know what the schools are like, Shakopee, according to niche.com, is a A-, which is a really, really good score. They're the second highest rated school district in Scott County, which is, very different from when I was a kid. I think their school system has really come a long way.
It has come a long way. And you had also mentioned too that Scott County in general had the highest county of college graduates.
Yeah, I don't know why I know that stat, but Scott County, we only bring it up because, this is really a growing community.
It is.
Scott County in general, Shakopee, Prior Lake, this whole area. And so that's the Scott County has the most college degrees of any, or per capita of any county in Minnesota, which is kind of interesting.
Yep. A lot of new construction neighborhoods going up around all over Shakopee. Not around the downtown area. Downtown's pretty settled. But on the other side of 169, there's at least 3, if not 4, new construction neighborhoods that are going up.
Yeah, a lot. And it's not just like 20 houses neighborhoods,
no,
it's 200 house neighborhoods. The school system here, there's about 8,000 kids. I think the teacher to student ratio is 20 kids to 1 teacher, which is pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, that's as good as it is at really anywhere.
Yep, anywhere.
Is the high school renovated?
Yeah, it's newer. Oh gosh, I guess, what do you consider new? 10, 11 years, 12 years even maybe. Don't quote me on that. It could be even longer. But it's a nice, very nice school. Great gym, activity center, track around the top. Schools, really good elementary schools all around the high school.
Yeah. I know their sports programs have really came leaps and bounds. I mean, we were in college or high school such a long time ago, and Shakopee was so much smaller back then.
Shakopee was one of my rivals.
It was one of your rivals?
School, yes.
Ours too. Sort of. They weren't very good at the sports then, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so very strong school system, lots of elementary schools, lots of middle schools, and then one big high school that all the kids go to. And you know, you're close enough to Normandale and some of the community colleges where post-secondary, you know, you have an option if your kids want to go that route too.
Cool.
When's the last?
Pablo's Mexican Restaurant.
When's the last time you saw a park that was still made out of wood?
Today.
This might be the last wooden park in the entire state. So we're at, is it Hubel Park?
Huber.
Huber Park, right on the banks of the Minnesota River in beautiful Shakopee, Minnesota. And yeah, if you're looking for something fun to do.
Yeah, it's like a replica of Shakopee, the park is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well, you can't see it from this side, but we are right in front of Stonebrook and Seagate. So definitely come check out Shakopee. We've got a couple other videos on deeper dives on where we like to eat and play, and some other cool things about the city that we've filmed over the years. So check those out.
Check out Shakopee.
If you or anyone you know is looking to move to the Shakopee area, we would love to help. Our contact info is all over on this channel, but shoot us a text, give us a call, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And I always throw this out. What did we miss? What do you love to do in Shakopee?
What do you love here that we should know about?
Like, drop a comment. Let's figure it out. We'll go film some more stuff, and you know, this is what we love to do. So until next time, Google's telling you, YouTube's telling you to go check out some of these other videos, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for joining us.
See ya.